In the 1970s and 1980s, children's heroes in America were not gentle figures with makeup, but rather local gangsters. No one cared about polite news anymore. Right then, he noticed two people fighting over a parking spot. They insulted each other's families, but one guy pulled out a baseball bat and smashed the other car's windshield. He didn't realize the person inside was someone powerful. Suddenly, Sonny acted, shooting him in the head. Sonny's men removed the evidence and helped the others get back in their car. Turning around, he noticed a young boy watching from a distance. Sonny knew the boy had seen everything, but he wasn't the type to harm innocent people, so he decided to let him go. This choice would later save him. Soon, the police arrived and asked the boy to identify the shooter. When it was Sonny's turn, the boy hesitated, seeing Sonny as his hero. He looked at his dad but followed his own heart. This choice changed his life, and Sonny remembered him from that moment on. The boy's name was Calogero, and each time he came home from school, Sonny would greet him to show his thanks. Sonny arranged a job for his father that paid $150 a week, a big improvement over driving a bus. But Calogero's father refused. He didn't want to get involved with these people. That night, 9-year-old Calogero saw the man's funeral and wondered if he'd made the wrong choice. Just then, his father came in. Calogero wanted answers, but his father said nothing. Some things, he explained, would make sense when Calogero grew up. Recently, young Calogero wasn't happy because his favorite baseball team had lost. Sonny's henchman found him and brought him to Sonny. Sonny saw he was a Yankees fan and noticed his sadness. He invited Calogero to sit by him and guessed it was because of the Yankees' loss. Sonny pointed out that his favorite team makes hundreds of thousands a year. But how much does your dad make? Calogero admitted he didn't know. Sonny explained, if your dad asked them for money, they wouldn't care about him. So why should you care about them? No one else will care. Calogero seemed to understand and asked, did you kill someone over a parking spot? Sonny just smiled and repeated what his dad had said. You'll understand when you're older. From that day, Calogero lost his love for the Yankees. Instead, he'd sneak out after school to work part-time at Sonny's bar. One man was playing dice, but he was unlucky and lost a lot of money. At the same time, Calogero was delivering drinks for customers, and Sonny asked him for help. Surprisingly, Calogero had very good luck and won several times in a row, helping Sonny win big. Before leaving, Sonny gave Calogero a well-deserved tip. He also gave him a nickname because he thought Calogero's name was too long. Everyone there had a nickname, so he called him C. From that day on, Sonny introduced him to others as his own child. People around started treating Calogero differently. Even an old man he had once teased began to give him things. Calogero said he didn't have money to pay, but the old man told him he didn't need to. He whispered that if he just mentioned that he was good to Sonny, it would be enough. Calogero realized that people were treating him kindly because of Sonny. When Calogero went home with gifts, he found his parents waiting with serious faces. They had found a wad of cash in his drawer and knew he earned it working for Sonny. Calogero's father was furious, took him to Sonny, threw the money on the table, and demanded that Sonny stay away from his son. Sonny responded, saying he cared for Calogero like his own child. But Calogero's father argued back, saying, I know you're untrustworthy and this is my son, not yours. They parted on bad terms. As they left, Calogero kept asking about his money, but his father warned him that it was dirty money, and he couldn't keep it. Calogero didn't listen, so his father slapped him. Calogero replied that Sonny was like a father to him. His father angrily told him that while Sonny may seem tough, real strength comes from hard work. Your father is the real tough guy, he said. Calogero argued that people admired Sonny, just as bus passengers admired his father. But his father corrected him, saying they feared Sonny, which was different. He told Calogero he'd understand someday. 8 years passed and Calogero grew up. He didn't follow his father's advice and grew closer to Sonny. Calogero's father still drove the bus, but they no longer spoke. One day, after getting off the bus, Calogero saw someone who owed him $20 making excuses to avoid paying. Angry, he was about to go after him when Sonny called out to him. Let him come back, Sonny said. His two men suggested they should teach the guy a lesson, but Sonny told Calogero not to listen to them. Sometimes, he explained, violence isn't the answer. Besides, for just $21 you saw his true character. He won't ask you for money again. Calogero agreed, saying, you're right. Sonny wanted him to understand that he should always be aware of everything around him. Trouble is like a tumor. If you don't deal with it early, it can ruin you, Sonny said. Calogero nodded, seeming to understand. Sonny advised him to focus on caring for family and the people who matter, saying no one else will. That day, Calogero met a girl named Jenny and fell in love at first sight. Gathering courage, he approached her. She liked him, too, and they made plans to see a movie together. But her community wasn't welcoming to outsiders, and his friends didn't like that he was interested in a black girl. One day, Calogero saw some white guys attacking a black man and stepped in to stop them. When Sonny heard, he warned Calogero, "Stay out of it, or you'll get hurt." Calogero then shared his troubles, explaining that he liked a black girl, but his friends didn't approve. Sonny advised him, "Don't worry about them. Most of those guys will end up dead or in prison. When it's just you and her alone at night, that's what counts. Just make sure she's a good person." Curious, Calogero asked Sonny how he could tell. Sonny explained, "A test tomorrow. I'll lend you my car. After the date, lock both doors and see if she unlocks yours. If she does, she cares about you. If she doesn't, she's only thinking of herself. That's a bad sign." Next day, Calogero followed Sonny's advice and locked both car doors. But as he got out, Jenny angrily confronted him. "My brother got beat up by your friends, and he thinks you did it." The man Calogero had helped turned out to be her brother, but he thought Calogero was involved. Hurt and confused, Calogero watched the date fall apart before it started. He drove home feeling down, only to realize his father had seen him. He saw Calogero return the car to Sonny and then walk away silently. Back home, Calogero's father warned him again not to get involved with Sonny's things. He said Sonny wouldn't trust anyone and would eventually hurt him too. Calogero, tired of his father's warnings, stormed out and went downstairs. Outside, he discovered that the bar he and his friends owned had been vandalized. One of his friends urged him to get in the car to confront the black guys they thought were responsible. But as they were about to leave, Sonny appeared and pinned Calogero against the wall, furious. Sonny had found explosives in his car, and since Calogero was the only one who'd used it, he thought Calogero wanted to harm him. Calogero protested, saying, "Why would I want to hurt you? You're like a father to me." Realizing his father's warning had some truth, Calogero joined his friends in their car, feeling pressured to go along with them to teach a lesson. When he saw they had Molotov cocktails, he felt scared but didn't want to back out and seem weak. As they drove, Sonny stopped them and sent Calogero back to the neighborhood. Sonny's associate told him a black girl was looking for him. Calogero found Jenny, who explained that her brother had only blamed him out of anger, and they made up. Worried that his friends might go after Jenny's brother again, Calogero rushed to stop them, with Jenny in the passenger seat. When he came around to the driver's side, he saw Jenny unlock his door from inside, a sign of her care. When they arrived, it was too late. His friends had died in a fire from their own Molotovs. Calogero realized that Sonny had saved him and ran to thank him. He spotted Sonny at a distance, but before he could reach him, another young man, hiding anger, shot Sonny. The shooter was the son of someone Sonny had killed over a parking spot years ago. At Sonny's funeral, Calogero finally understood Sonny's words that no one would truly care about his death. People were laughing and chatting as if nothing had happened. After they left, Calogero stayed behind to say a final goodbye, grateful for Sonny's advice and help in finding Jenny. Just then, a man who had once shared tough times with Sonny entered. Calogero asked if Sonny's feud with the shooter's father had really just been about a parking spot, but the man assured him it was more complicated, though no one knew the full story. Then Calogero's father arrived, thanking Sonny for all he had taught his son. "I never hated you," he admitted. "I was only angry because you made him grow up too fast." Calogero was leaving, and as a farewell, he took Sonny's favorite piece of jewelry with him. His father, reflecting on Calogero's relationship with Sonny, finally understood what both Sonny and he had often told Calogero, "You'll understand when you grow up." It was life's biggest lesson, an essential journey. Only by going through certain experiences could one truly grasp the hidden truths behind them.